because I do know you already know that, but I am going to highlight a few things that we need to keep in mind as we go through this. First of all, as far as the API is concerned, our goal is 800 or above. The API is calculated for the entire school as well as the significant subgroups. And when you're looking at the significant subgroups, we're looking at numerically significant, so they have to meet certain guidelines. And we're talking about our students that are socioeconomically disadvantaged, English learners, and students with disabilities, as well as our Hispanic group and our white population is also our other significant subgroup. Schools have two rankings from 1 to 10 for schools of similar type. We're looking at elementary, middle, high school compared to each other, and also similar demographics. And I want to make sure you are aware of that because we're going to have some interesting points to make on that topic. So looking at the assessments used to calculate the API, we're looking at the California Standards Test, the California Modified Assessment, and the CAPA, California Alternative Performance Assessment. The California High School Exit Exam is looked at, but it's separate in the API. All right. So here was a fun fact. In calculating the API, because this year normally we get our student scores in the end of August, so by the time school starts we already have some idea of where our kids are at. This year, because of an embargo on the results and some issues that they had at the state level, we did not get this information until mid-October almost.
And that's been problematic with this report coming forward to you, is because they delayed it because of abnormalities. If you remember, I reported that, so that's why this is so late. Typically, we would have this in October, early October.
Great. And just today, actually, just tonight, I was notified that Ms. Debbie, the school secretary, as we've known for the past like 15 years, is being moved up to the high school, Vasquez High School, and someone from the district, I guess the secretary, I don't know, Ms. Sherry, is being moved to Agua Dulce. So we wrote a letter to just, well actually, my mom was notified this morning because she also, my sibling goes to Agua Dulce. So they were just notified this morning when they had like a little ceremony for Miss Debbie since she's leaving. And so what we're requesting is for her to stay. Because I mean, she's been with us for, it seems like forever. She's basically family. You walk into the office and she greets you, and you walk in with Miss Sherry and she's, you know, not to say mean words, but she's not the nicest person. And when you're walking into an elementary school, you kind of want to see a kind face. I think that's what you want to see in any place, you know. Just when you walk into your doctor's office, you don't want to see, you know, the person behind the counter just ignoring you.
Especially with little kids.
Exactly, especially with the little kids. I mean, if they're just moving them, why can't they just move Miss Sherry to the high school and keep Miss Debbie where she is? You know, so that's just our, you know.
This is an issue that we did discuss in closed session today. We don't have anything to report on it because we haven't resolved.
The trees are being planted so in a way though so we don't lose any parking. That was important, right? We need to maintain the parking. So as you can see, they're being planted in these little tree row areas in between the spaces. So, but full mature height, 20 feet high to provide instant, you know, screening so that we can evaluate it and then go from there. So.
And the oak trees that are there now are being moved over to this side of the property.
That'll be good. That might cover up the building
Yeah.
from when you're driving in an easterly direction.
Yeah, I think that might help you.
One quick question, you know where the wall and you have the chain link fence by the road, it kind of ends right here and there's an opening.
I would make it 15 feet high. I would bring the lumens down to 400.
If you make it 15, you don't need, that's the high limit. If you go above 15, it's 400. So you just bring the light. We looked at that. We can do that at a cost. We could take these poles, reduce them in height, not change the fixtures, and we'd be compliant with the ordinance. But we checked, and we ran the calcs with the shield. You get the same light levels that you would if we did that. You see what I'm saying?
With the shields?
With the shields. So why spend the money to cut the poles and still achieve the same light
It's the
level?
principle of it.
Yeah, no, I understand. But the ordinance was not in place when the contract was
The draft has been on the table and it's been in front of the Board of Supervisors. It's just,
So you would be satisfied if they did reduce the height down and basically left it as it is, because that's what gets you with
Right,
dark skies.
the additional height.
You get that now with them at this height, the only issue we're really discussing is the height.
Right, and 15 feet as opposed to 23 is a big difference.
I wanted to hear what.
And your hard work for the betterment of this community. And so now the Acton Women's Club 2012 Women of the Year is Tammie, as he's here.
This is apparently the last year for the Woman of the Year because they've run out of spaces. Now I think we'd like to hear a word or two from our new Woman of the Year.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, look what my competition is. I mean, they're amazing women. Absolutely amazing. This is a huge honor. I'm so grateful to live in this town and to know all of you and to have you all be a part of my life and have my kids all grow up here and now my grandkids are still part of them growing up here. It's just a huge honor. I mean, look at the people on this list and the ones who have been past Women of the Year. I mean, this is an incredible honor. I'm just shocked. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Wish list. With the funds, the schools will be purchasing many needed items for the classrooms. We asked each school for a wish list of items they need, and they include an Ellison die cut machine, a special computer software, set of 15 microscopes for the science lab, a digital presentation camera, a digital projector, and the list goes on and on. There's a lot, and we're very proud that we can help them with the education of their students. So I know I speak for each member of our club when I say how proud we are that we're able to do this for the youth year after year. So first I would like to introduce some of our school administration. Dr. Brett Woodard is here today, superintendent. Cindy Fernandez, our director of student services, is here today. And now I'm going to call up the principals to receive their checks. We have first Principal Janet Simmons from Dulce Elementary School. And Principal Megan Freeman from Meadowlark Elementary School. Principal Nate Carr from High Desert Middle School. And Principal Ty Cole from Jasper Park.
Just on behalf of the AADUSD, we're so honored to have the Acton Women's Club value the education that we give our children here, and this gift is given with, it's just wonderful. Thank you so much for all that you do for our children.
You're very welcome. Concluding our program shortly, but we have a special presentation today. If I could have Mr. Bill New Year come up. Okay, I didn't have any glasses of wine, which is good because I'd probably be crying. He's leaving. He's leaving us to go to, I can never remember the name of the city. I always call it Wampums. I don't know. I always call it something else. Anyway, I do have a letter of recommendation for him in case he wants to carry on his ways there. And I'm not sure if we speak of his character or if we said he is a character. I forgot exactly what we wrote in here, but here you go. There's one thing. And don't go away. It's hot in Param. So, to keep the sun off of you, you are now an officially unofficial Acton Women's Club member. I mean, what do you get a man who has everything? And last but not least, and if I could invite the Acton Women's Club members to sign this book after and just say some kind words to Bill. Kind words to Bill. We have Dick Enberg's humorous quotes for all occasions. And it's going to be autographed by the Women's Club. So good reading while you're laying there.
It's interesting that it's pa-rum, but everybody forgets the pa and remembers the rum. She's back there.
Marcia, we're going to miss you as well. We think you're a saint. And enjoy. I'll miss you.